Hey guys, I am back with some Dislyte beginner tips that I think will help you if you're looking to start this game. First up, we're going to go into the best way to level and get gold in Dislyte. It's very simple. Basically, on every single story stage, once you beat that 5th level on the stage, you will unlock the practice stage. The practice stage will be on either the left or right side of the screen, and it's got kind of a rainbowy look to it. This is the stage that's going to cost 10 stamina to enter and will be the most effective way to level your units and gain gold. The way you're going to want to take advantage of this the best is you're going to want to get your farming unit, you're going to put them in the highest possible practice stage that they are capable of soloing, and you're going to put the units that you want to level with them. You're going to put it on multi-battle, and you're going to let it run. That's going to be the best way to get gold and experience in this game. Now keep in mind, if you struggled on the normal stages on that level, this stage is a lot easier. So you will want to go for the highest possible one that you can do to get maximum gold and maximum experience. Personally, I think the best way to use this is to use your farming monster and 4 Starmon. Level them up so that you can use them to evolve your other units. When you do this and clear the stages, you'll also be getting Experimon. These you can use to level up your normal units. That way you can kind of let everything go, have them farming so you can use them to upgrade later, and use the Experimon units to level up the very specific ones that you want to get up. And personally, I think that's the best way to utilize these stages. Next up is the best free-to-play character in this game, which is Gabrielle. Gabrielle is a fantastic unit. She's got 2 AoE abilities, one that gives your team immunity and defense up, as well as putting the enemy with attack down debuff, making it so that you're going to take a lot less damage and you're not going to get debuffed. She's also got an AoE defense down ability, which basically makes it so that you can deal a lot more damage to the opponent. And she can be acquired for free through the Esper Fusion in the War Room. To get to the War Room, you just swipe to the left into the club, and in the back right, you will see the War Room. You go ahead and click on that, click Esper Fusion, and there is your way to fuse Gabrielle. To get Gabrielle, you're going to have to get Fabrice. Yes, I call him Fabrice. I'm pretty sure it's Fabrice, but you know what? Fabrice is easier to say. It's very easy to do. You just have to get Berenice to level 30, get her Ascension to 4, as well as one of each elemental unit to 30 and Ascension 4. Once you get all those, you will fuse them into Fabrice. Now keep in mind, you will lose these units, so do not use anyone that you actually want to use, but that is how you're going to get Fabrice. Once you get Fabrice, you're going to level him up to level 40, as well as one of each element up to level 40. You get them all to Ascension level 5, and then you can fuse Gabrielle. Gabrielle, one of the best units in the game. She will help you in every single piece of content. She is worth the grind. It's going to look very daunting, but it is very much worth it, and I highly recommend doing this as soon as you can in the game because it will help you advance a lot further. Personally, it allowed me to skip 2 levels of progression on the Chronos dungeon just because of how strong she was to keep my team alive. Now, if you are free to play and you have not been getting good luck in the gacha pulls, here are some easy units that you can build that will help you out a lot in this game. One is going to be Changpu, which is a healing unit, which can be very useful as a starting healer. She's really, really good. You can find her in the Ripple Dimensions. She's a 3-star, so there's a good chance you will pull her in the gacha. And she is just all around a solid healing unit. I would recommend building her before you might get some better units, such as Yeshua, such as Sally. She's a nat 5, so it's a little less likely that you'll get her, but hey, if you do, she is amazing, and I recommend using her. or Hengyue, who is a 4-star, who I used for the longest time in this game until I got Sally. Another great unit that you can use for your farming unit is going to be Mona. She is the very first 4-star that you summon in the game. She is great. She is really good at farming because she does AoE damage. She resets her attacks with one of her abilities when she gets a kill. She is just a great farming unit if you do not have something better. Next up are the 2 free units that you can get through the Ripple Dimension. Now, I'm probably gonna mispronounce this first one, but it is Yeshua. She is a great Shimmer Element unit that is a healer that can put invincibility on your team, as well as an AoE, attack up, and defense up ability. She is amazing. She is very, very strong. There's also a unit known as Dahlia. Dahlia is a 4-star unit and is also very strong. She's very fast. She's really good in PvP. I don't use her too much in PvE, however, so she's more of just a, oh, she's an exclusive 4-star that you can get here. Great character design and very worth using. Now, with Ripple Dimensions, they can be tricky to get into, mostly because everyone is trying to get into them and so they fill up fast. The way you're going to find them is you open up the chat window, and while people are doing their dungeons, they'll occasionally unlock Ripple Dimensions, and when you see them in chat, you click on it. When you click on it, you'll either get an option to go directly to the Ripple Dungeon, meaning you are able to be one of the select few to use the dungeon, or it will say that it is full. Now, these two are very, very wanted units, so it honestly can get a little frustrating because people click it a lot faster than you can sometimes, and they fill up fast. If you are able to get into the Ripple Dimension, you're going to have to do it multiple times. With Yeshua, each Ripple Dimension you can get 5 shards, and you're going to need 30 shards to summon her. With Dahlia, you're going to get 8 shards per Ripple Dimension, and you need 40 to summon her. Now, both of these are going to be tricky to get, but they are very worth it, especially Yeshua. She's a great healer, really useful in everything because she's got some really good buffs, pretty solid heal, and she is a Shimmer Element, meaning she does not have elemental weakness in any of the dungeons. Now, if you're looking to unlock your own Ripple Dimensions, keep in mind it is heavy RNG. But if you do want to do it, you're going to want to do multi-battle on either the Ritual Miracles or the Sonic Miracles. Basically, the Ascension materials and the dungeons where you can get your relics. Now, it's going to be a random chance for you to unlock a Ripple Dimension. There's multiple different units. So, like I said, it's heavy RNG, but you can unlock it yourself if that's the way you want to do it. Now, if you're looking to get into the tower, there is a great free-to-play unit that I would highly suggest getting. The character is Medusa. She is acquired through the club. You have to get shards to summon her. It'll take at least 2 weeks to get because you can only buy 3 of the packs of 5, so you can only buy 15 at a time per week. They're going to cost 200 per pack of 5. And so obviously to get 30, you're going to need at least 2 weeks and about 1,200 club coins. She is very, very worth it. She is great at controlling the enemy's AP. The AP is action points. Basically, it's the order in which people take their turns. She is going to be great because she's going to allow you to control the enemy and prevent them from taking their turns, or at least make it less likely for them to take their turns, allowing you to get more attacks off, more heals off, all of that good stuff. She's very, very strong. I highly recommend picking her up. Now that I've mentioned AP, or action points, I'm going to tell you a way to make it a lot easier to view the order in which the enemy is going to attack. On the bottom of the screen, you'll see the AP bar, and it is originally laid out so that some of them look a little overlapped. They can speed up. You can't easily tell who's going to be taking their turn next. So the way you're going to do this is you're going to click the cog icon on the right side of the screen. You're going to go to Battle Settings, and there's going to be an option to switch AP mode. You click on that to turn it on, you go back to the battle, and you click on that AP timeline at the bottom. What that's going to do is it's going to make it a lot easier to see who's going to be taking their turn in what order, and it's going to allow you to control the battle even more because you can use Medusa to click on the enemy unit that's going to be taking their turn next, so that you can specifically focus your AP reduction abilities to keep them from going. So you're not going to reduce the AP of someone who's already on last on the list, but instead you can use it on the person that's going to be going next. Another tip that I have is not to sleep on the bounties. The bounties are, once again, in the club on the left screen, and it is that girl with the DJ board. She's in the bottom left. You click on her. She has some great bounties. Those bounties can give you rewards from Starmon to gold, but you can also get crystals and stamina from them. You can get a good amount. There is a chance to get legendary bounties, which will allow you to get 200 crystals basically for free. A lot of them have different ways to get it. Some of them you level up units. Other ones you have to go to a story stage and beat certain units to finish the bounty and you'll get the rewards. But you do not want to sleep on these. You do not want to let your bounty tickets to max out. You want to make sure you're using all of them every single time it resets, or at least just making sure that you have at least 3 out of 6 before the next reset. That way, you're not going to be missing any, and you're going to be maximizing your free resources through this method. I personally use it to get the high-level crystals, usually with the epic or legendary ones, and I also use it to get free stamina. It's a great way to get free stamina. That way you can do a lot more of those multi-battles to get more gold and to get more experience. If you are planning on re-rolling with this game, it's not required, it's not really suggested, but if you do, my suggestion would be to do it until you get Li Ling as your starting legendary. I think he is great. He's a great farmer. He's a great cleave. He has great DPS in everything. And while Wukong is not a bad unit, Li Ling is helpful because his element is Inferno, which is useful in some of the early dungeons such as Kronos, which you will most likely have a team for before you get to the other ones where Wukong is going to be a lot more useful. Like I said, Wukong is not a terrible unit. I just personally think that Li Ling is the better of the two, but that could just be personal bias because I did get Li Ling and I have found him to be very useful and I still use him to this day. Another tip that I do want to let you guys know about is the relics. Some of them have flat stats as their main stat, and some of them can have percentage stats. Now, the percentage stat slots are going to be very important. So these are the circle, square, and spade slots. They are the bottom row. The reason why I'm mentioning this, you do not want to invest your gold in upgrading relics in these slots that are giving you flat stats. Now, what I mean by that is sometimes you'll find one where it will say HP plus 500 as the main stat. But in those same slots, you can sometimes find HP percentage bonus up. And those are much more useful because they scale with your character and they will give you a lot more stats than those flat relics. So I would really recommend saving your gold to upgrade the percent bonus ones, the crit damage bonus ones, or in that spade slot, the speed bonus. They are going to be the most valuable relics that you will find in this game. Like with many other RPG battlers, speed is a highly prioritized stat. And getting a speed spade relic is going to give you a lot more and make it so your units are going to be taking a lot more turns, and it's just going to be much better and much easier for you in pretty much all content. Of course, though, there are some units that can use the attack bonus relics or the HP bonus relics, but for the most part, most units will be using that slot for the speed. And then my last tip is to always go to the shops. The shops you can click on the bottom left corner, and they are going to rotate on a relatively frequent basis. Now, the reason why I'm suggesting to go here is because, yes, there are going to be relics that cost a lot, but there's also going to be Starmon. So if you're a free-to-play player, you can get a lot more of these Starmon to evolve your units. They cost, I believe, about 150,000 gold, but as long as you're doing the multi-battles on the practice stages, you should have enough to be able to do this. But you can also sometimes buy stamina in this shop. You can buy 50 stamina for about 50,000 gold, and it's very worth it. You can get stamina for free. You don't have to spend crystals to restore your stamina. So I'd very recommend doing this. And also, check those relics. Sometimes they are very, very good relics. And while some people say, oh, you don't want to use your gold on that, you don't want to spend it on that, sometimes you do. Personally, I bought a speed spade unit in there because I was having terrible luck getting that drop. And the speed spade unit is one of the best ones and most useful ones for most units. So keep an eye out. Maybe there will be some solid ones, maybe there won't. You'll just have to find out, but I think it's very worth checking the shop every time that it refreshes. So there you have it. Those are some of my beginner tips for Dislyte. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a like, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell icon, all that good stuff. Leave me a comment in the section below. And let me know if you want me to tackle the different packs in this game so you know which packs are going to be much more worth it to spend your real money on. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for listening today, and I will see you next time.